Welcome to Râmnicu Vâlcea, Romania. At first glance, it looks like any other European town. Charming cafes line cobblestone streets, elderly couples stroll through peaceful parks, and children play in town squares. But appearances can be deceiving. Behind this idyllic facade lies a digital underworld so sophisticated, so notorious, that it's earned this place a chilling nickname, Hackerville. In this town of just 100,000 people, an unusually high number of luxury cars cruise the streets. Young men in designer clothes frequent high-end restaurants. And if you look closely, you'll notice something else: internet cafes. Dozens of them. But these aren't your typical gaming centers. They're the command posts of what might be the most concentrated group of cybercriminals in the world. The story of how this modest Romanian town became a global cybercrime capital begins with the fall of communism. When the Iron Curtain collapsed in 1989, Romania found itself with a peculiar advantage: a highly educated population with exceptional mathematics and computer science skills, but few legitimate opportunities to use them. In those early days of the internet, while Silicon Valley was building the future, Râmnicu Vâlcea was learning to hack it. The town's first cybercriminals started small: auction fraud, fake sales, simple scams. But as the internet evolved, so did they. Let me introduce you to one of Hackerville's most infamous sons. He called himself Guccifer, though his real name is Marcel Lazar Lehel. Before his arrest, he lived in a small village near Râmnicu Vâlcea, leading a seemingly ordinary life. But from his modest home, he orchestrated some of the most audacious hacks in history. Imagine this: a Romanian man sitting at his computer, breaking into the private emails of former US President George W. Bush. Not only did he access Bush's personal correspondence, but he also leaked intimate family photos, including self-portraits Bush had painted. But that was just the beginning. Hillary Clinton's private email server? Guccifer found it first. Colin Powell's social media accounts? He owned them. The Rockefeller family's private documents? He read them all. One man from a small town in Romania had penetrated the inner circles of American power. But Guccifer isn't an isolated case. Meet Tincode, another Râmnicu Vâlcea native. His real name is Răzvan Cernaeanu, and his story is perhaps even more unsettling. While still a teenager, he managed to breach the security systems of NASA, the US Army, and the UK's Royal Navy. Think about that for a moment. A young man from Hackerville had access to some of the most secure military systems in the world. What's more disturbing is what Tincode revealed after his arrest. According to him, over 80% of all websites are vulnerable to expert hackers. The internet, he says, is built on trust, but trust can be manipulated. But how does a small Romanian town maintain its position as a global cybercrime hub? The answer lies in its unique ecosystem. Here, experienced hackers mentor younger ones. Knowledge is passed down like a trade. There are even informal schools where newcomers learn the tools of the trade. The local economy has adapted to this reality. Money transfer offices dot the streets. Luxury car dealerships thrive. Real estate prices have soared, all while the official average salary in the region remains modest. It's an open secret that everyone seems to accept. What makes Râmnicu Vâlcea truly dangerous isn't just the technical skills of its hackers, it's their sophistication. These aren't stereotypical basement-dwelling programmers, they're business people. They understand psychology, social engineering, and human nature. They know how to exploit not just computer vulnerabilities, but human ones as well. Consider this. In one famous case, a Râmnicu Vâlcea hacker group created a perfect replica of eBay's website. Not just the front end that users see, but the entire infrastructure. They even recreated eBay's customer service system. When victims called to complain about fraud, they reached fake customer service agents who assured them everything was fine. The authorities aren't blind to what's happening. The Romanian government has created specialized cybercrime units. The FBI has agents working with local police. But for every hacker arrested, others step in to take their place. It's a digital game of whack-a-mole that seems impossible to win. And here's what makes it even more complex. Many of Hackerville's residents see their work as a legitimate business. They argue that they're simply exploiting weaknesses in a system that's inherently flawed. Some even view themselves as digital Robin Hoods, exposing the vulnerabilities of the powerful. But the impact of their activities is far from romantic. Corporate secrets stolen, personal identities compromised, bank accounts drained, lives ruined. The total cost of cybercrime originating from this region is estimated in the billions of dollars annually. Yet walking through Râmnicu Vălcea today, you'd never guess its role in global cybercrime. The cafes are still full. The parks are still peaceful. Life goes on as normal. But beneath this tranquil surface, a digital war is being waged. Messages are being encrypted, systems are being probed, and money is flowing through invisible channels. What makes Râmnicu Vălcea truly fascinating isn't just its hackers, it's what they represent. In our interconnected world, physical geography means less and less. A person with a laptop in a small Romanian town can reach the highest levels of power anywhere on Earth. Think about that the next time you check your email, make an online purchase, or log into your bank account. Somewhere, perhaps in a cafe in Râmnicu Vălcea, someone might be watching. And they're not just watching, they're learning, adapting, and evolving. This is the reality of our digital age. In a world where information is power, Râmnicu Vălcea has become more than just a town. It's become a symbol of how vulnerable we all are. Because in the end, the most dangerous town on the internet isn't just a place, it's a warning. A warning that in our connected world, distance is an illusion, and security might be too.